On today's program, we are joined by Erin Schaick. She's the Director of Development and Community Relations at Ketch Neighborhood Housing. And today we're going to be talking about their upcoming Masquerade Gala, which is happening on March 11th. But before I jump ahead, I'm going to steal your thunder, Erin. I'm not going to tell everyone about the whole event. I'll leave some of that to you. Just to back up before we talk about the event, first off, thank you for coming into the studio today. You beat the snowstorm, so that's good.
Yes, that's the goal.
Exactly. And so tell us first off, for anyone who has not been involved with Ketch, or maybe they know who you are but don't know about your mission or your purpose, just give us sort of a snapshot about Ketch Neighborhood Housing, your mission, your purpose. I'm sure we could talk about that for hours, but if there's a quick version of that, let us know what that is.
Sure. So Ketch originally stood for the Concord Area Trust for Community Housing. That's where Ketch comes from.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we were founded in 1989 as a developer of affordable housing, and not that much has changed. Back in 1989, there wasn't a whole lot of affordable housing, and the business leaders and community leaders kind of came together and said, hey, we need help, and we need kind of a central place to really talk about how to build that affordable housing. So again, today, fast forward 30 plus years later,
Here we go
business
again.
and community leaders are coming together and say, hey, we really have an affordable housing problem. So Ketch has stepped up and we've developed almost 400 units of affordable housing. So we are a developer, and we also have Alliance Asset Management, which manages all of our properties. So we're kind of an in-house affordable housing developer and provider as well.
So as a nonprofit organization, you guys are walking the walk, not just talking the talk. You're actually making it happen and solving a problem that, like you mentioned, back in '89, I mean, I wasn't born for a couple more years after that, but there was a boom of younger families moving into New Hampshire, and we are seeing some of that again. And I guess housing is kind of one slice of the pie of what makes a strong community where you can retain people. So kudos to you guys for, I mean, to me, I see a huge value to what you guys do in the community. So,
Thank you.
And not only that, you guys have really fun events and fundraisers, and you've been putting together a Masquerade Gala. So why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of how that event has come together and more just about it.
Yeah, so like you just said, it really takes all of us to create a community where everyone has a place to live, whether that's a single family home, an affordable apartment, and everything in between. So we really try to create events that are attractive to a wide variety of people. So about 2.5 years ago, we came up with the idea to host a Masquerade Gala. So on Friday, March 13th of 2020, which you may all remember was pretty much the day the world shut down, we hosted our first Masquerade Gala, and it was a huge success. We had a lot of great people, some who had never heard of Ketch before, but were just excited about the idea of coming together and having a really fun night out. So we're bringing that back this year. We're so excited to bring together all of our business partners and to celebrate our successes since the pandemic began, basically. And we're thrilled, and we'd love to have everyone come out and support our mission.
Well, I was going to say, you just reminded me that obviously it was a very difficult couple of years, and that continues obviously now with everything happening in the world, but that you guys, despite challenges with logistics and with supply chain, the Rosemary's Way project, you recently had the ribbon cutting for that project, and I believe at this point people are moving into those units, right? So, so despite all the challenges, you guys kept going, and so it's actually cool that you guys at this fundraiser can sort of celebrate overcoming adversity and challenges. We've all had to, and it's so it must be quite a feeling for you to be able to come back to this event again in 2022 and be able to celebrate and recognize the work that a lot of people have put in.
Definitely. We're really excited this year to bring back our annual awards, one of which we're giving to Bonnet Page and Stone, which was our construction manager on Rosemary's Way, who, in a true miracle, in every sense of the word, was able to complete the development of 42 apartments on schedule, on time, and on budget, which, if anyone has looked at construction prices in the last 2+ years, is absolutely amazing. So we are so grateful for everyone who brought that project together.
Even under normal circumstances, in normal times,
it's impossible.
That's impossible. So yeah, kudos to them for that. So tell us a little bit more about the Masquerade and kind of what people can expect. I know I saw Nazi's name in here, and that's always a big draw, DJ Nazi.
Yes.
What are some other things that people can expect at the gala?
Yeah, so our goal in this event is really to bring people together to talk about what affordable housing means, but at the same time, we've been using the phrase catch up, which I take any opportunity to use.
You use that for your e-newsletter, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a community event in every sense of the word. We want to bring people together to talk about our mission, to highlight our successes, which, I mean, things are a little bit depressing on a day-to-day basis. So we're making as much progress as we can on the shortage of housing in our state. So we want to celebrate that. From a attendee perspective, it starts at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. So we invite you to go home, dress up, bring out your best outfits. We'll have masquerade masks available, but you're welcome to bring your own, you know, if you want to color coordinate or whatever. Our decor will be black and gold, so bring the sparkles if you want. But yeah, bring your friends. It'll be a great night out. We'll have a full dinner buffet. We'll have a really awesome bar in the center of the room as part of decor, basically. And then, yeah, DJ Nazi will be having us kick off the dance party after our brief remarks and celebrating our award winners, and then it'll be a great night out.
That's awesome. And it's at the Grapponi Conference Center, which is a really easy location with lots of parking right off the highway, and most people around here have been to other events at the Grapponi Conference Center. So it's really the perfect place. And when I went back in 2020, it was just the way you guys had the decor set up, and it was just it was such a well-run event that you put on. So I had a lot of fun, and I'll be going to this year's as well. So, and when I got my tickets, I went to Eventbrite, but I believe I had found the link from your social media. Maybe just tell people a little bit about the ticketing process. And that.
Yes, so we're doing an all online ticketing process, which is super helpful for me and for all of us. Checking people in. So you can go to our website, it's catchhousing.org, or you can go to any of our social media. There'll be a direct link to the ticketing page. So.
And it was very easy to do. And you post so much on Facebook anyways that if you follow Catch Neighborhood Housing, it's there, you're posting so much about it, but in a good way, because you actually, one of your more recent posts, I'd kind of like, you know when you put a bunch of Google tabs like on the top of your Chrome browser? And I had it there, and it was sitting there, and then one of your posts, I was like, okay, that's a good reminder, and I need to get my tickets. So again, good job being persistent with that, and I bet there's a lot of people like me who maybe have been thinking about it, it's on their list, but definitely people should get their tickets before it sells out, because I'm sure there's some hard cap. We don't want the fire marshal showing up at the Grapponi Conference Center, so there is a hard cap. Do you know roughly, I mean, maybe not an exact number, but roughly how many tickets there are, not currently, but just total people who can be at the event? Is it a couple hundred or?
Yeah, so we're taking over the whole ballroom, so there'll be tons of place to spread out and eat your dinner and everything. We're hoping for about 150 people to come. We have lots of sponsors who will be in attendance as well. So
speaking of sponsors, we definitely in post-production are putting up like sponsor slides that you have and things like that. You probably don't have them memorized, but you were able to seek out quite a few sponsors and to have a community, a business community that's so supportive of your organization, of Catch Housing. They support lots of other nonprofits and events. Do you have a list of sponsors that you wanted to mention, or just to talk about sponsorships just in general?
Sure, so I would love to give a shout out to Merrimack County Savings Bank as our lead sponsor for the event. So definitely want to say a big thank you to them. As a fundraiser and someone who's been in the development world for a few years, I had no idea what to expect for this event from a fundraising perspective. When we started planning this event last October, COVID was at a very high level and everyone was nervous and had no idea what to expect come 2022. So a huge shout out to Merrimack County Savings Bank and all of our sponsors for believing in us and really hoping for the best. And I understand that people might still be a little bit concerned about that, but that's totally okay, and I respect that. And we're hoping for the best. We'll follow all the policies with our venue, and we just want everyone to come out and have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, again, these sponsors, these Merrimack County Savings Bank, other businesses that they have always had the nonprofit sectors back. It's tough in Concord because there's so many like statewide nonprofits, and a lot of times like Concord is a hub for nonprofits that we work with here at Concord TV quite a bit. But the fact that they're able to sponsor so many different events, and I think I saw like your list you posted earlier today about like the bronze sponsors or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of businesses and organizations, maybe individuals too, that are stepping up to support you guys. And I think that's huge. And I think it means we all want these events to come back, and obviously do it safely and do it at everybody's own pace in terms of when they want to go back to in-person gatherings. But the fact that we have that supportive community, and if we were afraid back in March 2020 that that sense of community would go away, I think it's pretty clear that it hasn't gone away, that things were put on hiatus a little bit, but what a supportive community. So, and then great job again, I keep saying that, because you're doing a lot of the work here to be able to seek out these businesses as well. Does that take a lot of time? Like, what's that process to be able to reach out to these groups or to leverage personal connections or cold call? I mean, that must be quite the time-consuming process to seek out sponsorships and go through that process, right?
Yeah, it definitely is a lot of work at the beginning, I would say, but I think the Concord community, understands the value of the nonprofit community, so they make it much less painful than it could be. So I'm super grateful for the relationships that Catch as an organization has built. A lot of the sponsors we have are, involved in the nuts and bolts of what we build, whether it's from a banking perspective, insurance, construction, all of that kind of stuff. So it really takes truly all of us to make our developments as an organization come together, but to really help people understand why housing matters so much too. And I think that's a huge reason why they sponsor us. So
absolutely,
very grateful for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because without them it'd be hard to put on an event like this.
Yes.
So now remind us for our audience one more time about when the event's happening and where, and some of the other details just about the event itself.
Yeah, so it's taking place Friday, March 11th. It starts at 7:00 p.m. at the Grapponi Conference Center. I will also mention, if you really want to make a night of it or a weekend of it, there's a hotel, the Courtyard by Marriott, attached to the building. So if you're not from Concord or want to make a weekend of it, like I said, you can book a room right there, and it's super, super easy. Great parking, like you said. Yep. It goes until about 10 o'clock, and we're serving full dinner. So.
And then the after party is, no, I'm kidding, yeah.
Up to your discretion.
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's going to be a great night. I'm excited for it. And again, it's all for a great cause, so I hope people will keep their schedules open and get tickets now if you get the opportunity to for that March 11th Masquerade Gala. It's going to be a ton of fun. When I went before, I think there's pictures of me on Facebook or something in my outfit. I definitely get dressed up more for that than I do in my Concord TV work, which maybe says something about my Concord TV attire, probably. So, but we're going to have a great time, have a ton of fun, and people can sign up. Go to your social media pages, follow the links to the Eventbrite registration. Yep. And easy. You've made it very easy for people to find it. So we're looking forward to it. And I want to thank Erin Schaick for joining us on the show. Any final thoughts before we wrap up, or? We got to get out of here and beat the snowstorm. So.
Well, one quick thing.
Yes.
I would be remiss if I didn't say that we're also recognizing Josh as part of Concord TV with one of our awards too, as I had to write it down, the Community Collaborator Award. Tom's already told me he's going to screw up the pronunciation, so I'm sorry ahead of time. Yeah. But Concord TV has been a huge asset, to Concord, but we could not do the Masquerade in person last year, as everyone knows. So we did the virtual concert series, which feels like a lifetime ago.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Last December, we did a holiday concert, and then we did like an Irish St. Patrick's Day concert, and you...
Both at Phoenix Hall.
Yes, at Phoenix Hall, yeah.
That Mark Zaborowski generously let us use the stage. What a cool place to record a concert,
it was so fun.
Yeah, and the bands were the music was so good. Yeah. It's funny, I realized the St. Patrick's Day, the band that played, one of the singers is also from another band. So it's funny, like I also got to see like the inner workings, like everyone's in 4 different bands. Yeah. So you see them like around Concord at other venues and stuff like that. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun for me. And I do just want to say, we work with the entire nonprofit sector and community. So it's just interesting that there is sort of that intrinsic value I feel for affordable housing. And I've seen it both in my own personal life and with people I know. How lack of affordable housing can impact this ripple effect negatively when we don't have enough of it. So, there is a personal interest I have in the work you guys do and just that problem in general that we're working on solving. So I'm very humbled and flattered, and Mike always teases me about various awards and things like that. But it's Concord TV's job to show the case what you guys are doing and to get it out there to a wider audience. And I'd say let's just keep up the partnership.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
So again, I'm all embarrassed and flustered, but I thank you again, and to you and to Tom for the recognition, and yeah. So I'm looking forward to the event, and I don't normally receive awards while hosting a show. Wouldn't that be awkward though if Mike was hosting the show and then like we had to like show me in the control room or something like that?
Surprise!
So, in any case, again, thank you, Erin. And that's going to do it for Community Conversations. I'll stop babbling. And you guys can check out the Masquerade Gala coming up Friday, March 11th. And thank you again, Erin. And we'll see you next time. Bye.